Step 7, we're going to make a connection to the prepare customer CSV file. So again, but the difference here, we're going to use a different data source. So it's text file or CSV file, and that was also downloaded from the. If you don't have it, again, make sure to download it from the MyLab IT. Again, so we're only creating connection. So we're gonna load to and choose only create connection, and that would just again give me that option. Okay, so I created the connection. I didn't do load because I still want to work on the data and cleansing and updating the data source. So I'm going to go back to click on the prepare customers connection and do the editing. One of the editing we're going to do, we're going to split this full name into first name and last name. We can do that by, again, so we're going to do split and add a column. So if they're doing two things at the same time. So a home add column from examples, and I collect selection. So I need to, so that's, I'm kind of splitting that and adding, but to what type of data I need. So if you double click on this space here, it's going to show you the data that you are splitting. So from that column. So, and I need to type an example. Okay. So the first one, if I type 1, and the Excel or the Power Query will basically copy the pattern from the other columns. Okay, so that's 1. I need to go back again and add a column from selection. In this case, I will type the last name. So it's a first name, last name. Okay, and click OK. So now we have first name, last name. Let me see, split. We did that. Add a column, custom from rename. So this, the first one, it will be rename. I just double click on this to rename this column into customer first name, and double click here. Last name. Okay, since we already have the first name, last name, we will go back and delete, again, remove this column. And again, always remember, this is how you track your work. Applied step listed here, and if you check on any, click on this, will remove that step and you can redo it. Now we're going to continue again. So we notice here in this product here, we have some extra spaces that we don't need. So we're going to remember in the previous assignment, we used the trim function. Here we're going to use the tool. So under transform, format, and choose trim. So this is, will remove the white space or any space happening before the beginning of the text, and that just happened now, and we remove the spaces. Close and load. Okay, and we're back to home. Okay, so sometimes when we create connection, it just takes some time. But if this happened to you, if you create a connection, you finish and you load it and nothing happened, this is what we need to do. We can click on this and then go back in here and kind of to enforce that, load to, sometimes we need to do that, and load to A1, and now it can go back. So you can go back and, apply this step to load. So that's normal. Sometimes when you create a connection, then you load, you just kind of have to repeat it. So it really complete that load And we just now loaded the customers list onto the customers worksheet. Okay, more things that we can, it's actually almost done. So this is the customer data that we just loaded has some, we imported with some issues. As you can see here, the date, it's kind of hard, that customer, since it doesn't make sense. So we need to do some more editing here. So we're gonna do that. And again, by going back to Power Query. So the first thing you need to do, transform the customer since field to display number of years the customer has been with this. So with the golf course. So, and we need to do that, and it's not date, okay, number of years. So we will transform first the date into an age, and then in the duration we shows total years. Okay. Also, it has rounding, so we are going to round up to show the number of years. Okay. Then we're going to rename the column into years as a customer. Okay. There you go. So this is all these kind of steps are embedded. Again, you transform the date into age, and then you change the duration into years, and then you round it because it has unnecessary decimals, because number of years don't have decimals. Remove the time portion of the date and time stamp in the date and stamp. So we have here date and stamp here. So we're gonna just keep the date, remove time, and then rename the column into date of purchase. Got it? Okay. Close and load the data when these transformations are complete. Again, so I should see that all the changes reflected on my worksheet. Again, years as a customer, date purchase, all of the changes. Now I have first name and last name, and that, let's see if I that. Okay, that will conclude this assignment. Then I'll be recording another one, that's the part C. So as you can see, all what we're doing here in chapter 9, we learn how to cleanse, so load the data, and so working with data sets, and the data sets always comes from different type of formats. So it could be a website, or it could be a text file, it could be another Excel file, it could be a database, could be an XML, it could be any type of. So usually then you transform the data. You do all this cleansing and making sure the data is in a good format and it's really readable, and then you load it into Excel, and then you start the analysis that you are trying to accomplish to achieve some goals and making good decisions. Okay, thank you.